everyone, thank you for attending this online training session. My name is Cassandra and I'm the Southeast Asia representative for Project MUSE. Just to share a little bit about myself, I've recently completed my postgraduate studies in information studies from Nanyang Technological University, and it's my passion to help educational institutions with the effective dissemination of information to its users. So I'm privileged and thankful to be conducting this online session for you to teach you more about how to maximize your research with Project MUSE. So this session would cover key learning objectives such as how to create a MyMUSE library account, and I'll tell you some benefits of doing so, and how to search and browse effectively for both journals and ebooks on Project MUSE, and how to save and download the content that you have searched and found, and also how to, a very important part of research is how to export the citations in an effective manner. And lastly, I'll show you other MyMUSE account features such as being able to set up content alerts and being able to track your search history. So just to give you some quick facts about what Project MUSE is about. So Project MUSE started more than 25 years ago in 2020. In 2020, it celebrated its 25th anniversary. So it's started in 1995, and it's a collaboration between the Johns Hopkins University Press and the University Library at Johns Hopkins University. So it's the first of its kind in the scholarly humanities publishing community. It's kind of like a partnership that was between a university press and a library, and therefore Project MUSE has always been a trusted part of the academic and scholarly community that it serves. Specifically in the field of humanities and social science, it offers a very good range of both books and journals from more than 200 of the world's most distinguished university presses and scholarly societies. So it's growing and counting. There's about more than 780 journals on the platform, and it offers a very wide range of ebooks, 82,000 and counting. By the time you view this, it might have already been more, but there's a lot of ebooks that are on this platform as well, and it is published by 259. It's contributed, or in fact now perhaps more, it's growing every year, Project MUSE publishers. And who are they? Basically they are the university press publishers, or so for example, West Virginia University Press, the MIT Press, Johns Hopkins University Press, and in Asia itself, there's also the Malaysian branch of the Royal Aesthetic Society, and also ISEAS, Yusuf Ishak Institute. So there are a lot of good mix of both Western as well as Asian publishers within the Project MUSE platform. So you get a very, very balanced viewpoint when you are conducting your search. Just as a sharing, Project MUSE journal collections are being held by 82 of the top 100 universities in the world. So you could tell that the accreditation is very strong. The kind of reputation that the content Project MUSE has is very recognized. And just to share with you some of the benefits of Project MUSE. So Project MUSE is extremely strong in these areas of studies, philosophy, in history, in Asian and Pacific studies. It has a lot of contributions in that area and topic as well. And as well as religion, and most one of the more I would say recent trending topics would be the women's and gender studies. So there's a lot of content about on these areas as well, and it does touch on education as well as language and linguistics. So these are some of the key areas of studies that it is very strong at. So if you are doing something related to this, then definitely this would be a go-to resource that you must conduct your search on. Okay. So some of the key features would be that it's 100% full text, so it's not abstract. So you could, as long as you're on the platform and you are subscribed to that, or your institution subscribes to the specific resources, like X number of journals or ebooks, you can get access to the full text. It is DRM free. It offers unlimited simultaneous users, so this you can always search on the platform. There's very little like technical issues, or you know, it allows, you know, a lot of users to be using it at the same time. There's unlimited printing and downloading available. It's mobile friendly. There's no embargoes on the content, which means that you get the most updated content that's being published, whereas whether is it in 2021 or 2022, you get the most updated content that's relating to the topic area that you're searching for. And there's a lot of like over 173 of the journals have a complete run on Project MUSE, which means you can get a full back file content. So for certain subject topics like history or religion, you might need a very deep back file, and Project MUSE actually offers that as well. So it's extremely interactive platform. I've tried it on my mobile phone. It offers a very nice, like when you click download the PDF, right, you can just read it like a book, like a journal. So it's very user friendly and easy to read, both on the mobile as well as if you are doing a search on your computer. And this is just some of the new journals that are for 2021 and 2022. The top ones over here, just want to do a highlight. Why is that it actually offers a good mix. So there's like Canadian content, there's French content, but then there's also, you know, Korean content, and content about about China, tongue studies. So it offers a good mix. You know, it's a good mix of both Western as well as Asian content. So you are getting a very balanced search results when you are conducting your search on Project MUSE platform. And one of the very strong areas that Project MUSE has in terms of content is the area and ethnic studies, and you know, they kind of break them down. You know, you have your Asian and Pacific studies, but you also do have your Native American studies. So it offers a very wide range of content in that area, and it will be nice to search. You know, there are some very like top journals or popular journals that are searchable on Project MUSE: Journal of Democracy, Journal of Developing Areas. You know, so these are some of the, I would say, interesting journals that you could search and explore within this platform. So one of the key ways to well, I'll just kind of run through specifically 4 different steps. One is, how do you access the platform? Okay, how do you access the platform? And then of course, how do you do the search, and how you do download your content, and then how you cite the content. So I'll just touch on the very first step first. So you can access Project MUSE through your library website. Definitely that's one of the ways that you can do so and be authenticated. But the other alternative to do so would be to access via the publisher website. Okay, so you can go directly, just do a Google search Project MUSE, and then or you can take down this URL link, and then you end up on the Project MUSE website. So how to be authenticated and access to the full text? If your institution is subscribed to Project MUSE and they have the institutional email registered in the Project MUSE database, then you will be able to access to Project MUSE when you create a MyMUSE account. Okay, so if you create a MyMUSE account on the website and you use your institutional email, just take note here that a very important thing that you need to do is to use your institutional email, which means your school's email, to register for the account. Okay, that's one of the key things. Okay, and then you key in your preferred password, and then you know, submit the information. So you create the account. Okay, and then there will be an email that is being sent to you to ask you to confirm that you are creating the account, you are the correct person, you're the correct user, and then you click confirm the account. Okay, so you need to register using your institutional email, again, domain account, to access via username and password from directly from the publisher's website. So once you have this account, you can sign in using the username and the password, and you will be able to access to full text. So this is, I would say, one of the benefits that it offers, and so you can easily access this content remotely. You can save the publisher website to your web browser, as well as the username and password. So every time you need to do a search, you can immediately go directly to the platform to access. Okay, so that's a really great benefit that and tip, and I think you can learn to actually help your search and use of this platform. And then the next step would be, so how do we search within this platform? So there's actually the Project MUSE platform offers like the simple search box, which means like a Google-like search box. Okay, so you can key in, for example, like work culture, Asian work culture, and then all the articles relating to it would come out. Okay, so that's a way to do a simple search. Of course, you can use some parameters that you would like to do so like a bit of Boolean operators that you might want to use. So you can actually use like water rights, and then you put and, or you can put or none, or conservation. So you can do a few search terms, and you can filter by search by content or title, author, and publisher. So this is a simple search box. Okay, and next would be, okay, after you've got a result, say for example like 10,000 different articles about it, how do you actually filter down your search? That's a very important thing as well. The first limiter that I always use, and I always highlight and emphasize, is that use this first one is to actually click only content they have access to. So bear in mind that your institution might only subscribe to like selected journals out of the 780 journals, or selected ebooks within this platform. So click only content I have access to will allow you to, whatever content that you search would be full text, right? Okay, so I think this is one of the important reminder that you should know. Okay, and then if you are specifically looking for journal articles, you can choose to filter by the content type as well, journal articles. So you can just click this checkbox and then this over here, then you will get a much lesser search results coming out. Okay, and then you can also filter by publisher. So you can click like, okay, maybe you only want selected articles from the Johns Hopkins University Press, or certain ones that you feel, okay, you want to pick a few Asian publishers that have published the content because you think it might give you a better search results. Then by all means, you can actually do a filter by there, as well as like by the type of series. Okay, and also by a specific journal. Well, this two, like journals and authors, they are a little bit more specific kind of filters that would give you would really limit your search results. So I would use this like sparingly. Okay, but of course if you don't want other form of languages, then of course you're specifically only searching for English content, you can do so as well. And last thing I would like to highlight here is that you search by research area. For me, I think this gives a very good filter to it, because sometimes I'm specifically looking for like area and ethnic studies. Like I only want to search for content that's relating to Asian and Pacific studies. I'm not interested in literature. The topic that I'm doing is not related to literature, so I want to filter away this by a research area. I think this is a very, very good way to do so. Okay, and of course you can also filter by publication year, which means like the last 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years. If I want some recent content, then I would want to filter away articles that are perhaps a very deep back file. Okay, so this is some of the ways, and at the right hand side of the search results, you can actually filter by whether you want the latest articles first or the oldest article first, or you want to sort by relevancy. So you can use the sort function to kind of like, okay, make sure that the most relevant one populates at the top. and you can view that. Okay. And of course, there are a few ways that you can view the full text content. So like I mentioned previously, you filter only content that I have access to, journal articles, for example. And then here I get, this was a search that I did, Asian work culture. I might do a search, work from home, or, how COVID has changed the way we live and work, things like that. If I'm doing a search on that, then how do you actually save the content or view the content? There's a few options. One is you just view it via HTML website. Okay, that's one of the ways. The other one is you can download the PDF. So you click download PDF, and then you can download the PDF. Another good feature I would say, and I personally find it very useful when I was doing my search, is that I just click save. But this function, just want to highlight, that's only available if you have signed in with your MyMUSE account. So you registered and signed in with your MyMUSE account, you can use this feature. You can just click save. You can save different articles that you find that is relevant to your search, just by the title. Sometimes we roughly know that, this is something that I want to look into. Then I'll just do a save, and it will be saved to your MyMUSE account, and you can read the full details of the article later, right after you've kind of like curated and got some good search results or good articles that are coming in. Okay. So next is the citation. How do you cite the article? So when you click into the particular article, okay, you will be able to click on this button called View Citation, and there you will be able to choose different citation styles to copy and paste. Okay, so that's one of the methods to do so. But one of the more effective method, which I think would be interesting to note, is that you can actually cite library items. Okay, so with the MyMUSE account, you can actually select certain articles, and then you can export them to RefWorks. So instead of doing a citation like article by article, I can actually choose to save the articles and then do the citation of a few articles or batch of articles at the same time. So this is very time saving, I feel, a feature of using the Project MUSE account. So I would select the articles that I find that is relevant to this search topic that I'm doing today, and then I will select it, and then I will export either to RefWorks or EndNote. Okay. If you're not using RefWorks and EndNote, like for me as a basic user, normally I'll just save it or make a copy of it into a Word document. And how you can do so effectively would be, okay, there's a few options that they allow you to do it. One is to select, the citation type that you require. So for example, I'm using APA, and I can click either save a copy, print, or email. So if I'm clicking like save a copy, then it will give me a text format. And if I don't really like that, because I would still want to keep the format like the italics and all that, so I would normally click print, and then I'll copy and paste from the PDF or the print the print on the web browser that it pops up. Okay, so normally that's what I would do, and it even comes with the article link, the DOI link, so I could easily fake that and keep records of it. I will lose access to the article. I would know where the article is kept and be able to access it. Okay, so this is some very good, I would say, feature, and just take note that it's only available if you have already signed in with your MyMUSE account. If you are authenticating via your institution but you don't sign in with your MyMUSE account, then you can't actually use this feature. Okay, and of course you can always send it to your email. So for example, if you're doing research outside, remotely or on somebody else's computer, you just want to do a quick search, then you can actually fill in your email address, and then those articles that you saved or the citations would be sent to your email. So it's very, very convenient. Okay. Okay, so I want to do a recap about this because there's some of the features that I've shared within this session today requires the use of or the sign in of a MyMUSE account. Okay, so just in case when you are doing your search and then you are thinking to yourself like, oh, I thought, the trader mentioned this and that, why can't I use it? These features are only available if you have signed in with a MyMUSE account. So if you're authenticating it via your institution library account, but you didn't sign on a MyMUSE account, then you would not be able to use these features. Okay, so one of the key features is the content alerts. Sorry, I just want to touch on the two that I've covered first. One is how do you save the article. So once you save, if you have a MyMUSE account and you click save the articles, and it will go to a MyMUSE library, and then when you click on this, it would come up with all the articles that you have saved during your search session. And of course, I've touched on export citations quite in detail, how you can export to RefWorks, EndNote, and export it in a batch instead of title by title. You can actually export a batch of the saved articles out to RefWorks or EndNote, or copy and paste it. So these are the two features that I've covered. I've not touched, these are some of the two additional benefits of creating a MyMUSE account, is that you can set up content alerts. So if you want to receive new informations about new titles or a specific journal title, like new articles coming out from that journal title, the discipline or a publisher, a specific discipline or a specific publisher, you can choose to create the content alerts to be sent to you via email, or to be saved into the MyMUSE account. So the next time you log on, you can view, oh, these are the new articles that are in this topic area, or this journal has a new article. You will be able to be alerted on it. So this content alert is very useful. And then a search history. So if you are doing like a systematic review or a systematic search that requires you to save your search history in order to know that you've kind of covered all the search terms that you want to do relating to this topic, Project MUSE actually does that for you automatically. So whenever you do a search, they keep your search history, and then you can actually view them in a MyMUSE account to see, oh, okay, what's the search term I have covered, or what are the areas that I've not covered. Okay, so it's a very interesting, I would say, feature, and it's specifically because the scholarly community knows exactly what it needs in order to perform a good search, and in order to use it effectively for research. Okay, so I think these features are developed with the user in mind. Okay, lastly, I would just like to give quick tips to anyone who's a faculty member. So if you are using Project MUSE for teaching, here's some of the quick tips that Project MUSE would like to share, is that you can assign a journal article or a book to your students, and ask them how to gather the different citations, and you can also teach them how to export the saved citations so that they will use this platform effectively for their research relating anything from humanities and social sciences. You could assign that kind of mini project to them, or you can assign a book and a book chapter to them. So not all I would say not all institutions will subscribe to all the ebooks available on Project MUSE platform. It's quite a lot, right? 2,000 of them and counting. But they do offer more than 2,000, and I think now the number has probably increased, more than 2,000 definitely, of open access books, ebooks. So please do make use of them. You can assign a book or a book chapter out from this open access books. There's a lot of good articles, I would say content relating in this area of humanities and social science, so you can assign them. And then basically for them to read, or assign something that's relevant to the syllabus that you are teaching. So if you are doing like a new course development or writing a project, of course you can cite any of these articles that are within here into RefWorks or EndNotes. You can do citations relating to your syllabus quite easily from what I've shown earlier. Okay, and well, Project MUSE content, just to recap, it's 100% full text, DRM free, allows unlimited simultaneous usage, and it's optimized for mobile. Okay, MUSE also publishes online simultaneously with the print for both books and journals, so you can get the most updated information available on Project MUSE platform. And I'd like to leave you with the link, so you can go into the link over here, like muse.jhu.edu/instructors. There's a lot more resources within there, which you can explore and see how it can help you in your teaching. Okay, lastly, if you are using social media, which now I think there's a lot of more professors that are using social media to engage their students, you can easily share an article to Facebook, to Twitter, or you can just send it via email like a recommendation. Or if there's any ebooks that you think is interesting for your library to be recommended to your library, or specific journal, you can actually send a recommendation to your library as well. So this column over here allows you to fill in the email, and then you just click send to recommend it to somebody, or if you want to just save a copy to yourself, you can just recommend and put in your own email. Okay, lastly, for students, basically anyone who's an undergraduate or a postgraduate, anyone that is using the resource as a user, here this is actually for you. Okay, so how to make the most out of Project MUSE. There are tips for searching on Project MUSE. It covers a lot more in detail than what I have done today because of time restrictions. But here's the link that you can get some search help. Okay, that you can save the link over here. There's also some Project MUSE subject guide. So I just want to share a little bit about this subject guide. So there's a lot of like trending topics, and what Project MUSE does is that from these trending topics, they create this subject guide that has selected articles, or books that they recommend for you to search for that particular search topic. Okay, so it's written specifically, in relation to the trending topics in this area. Okay, for example, like pop culture studies. Okay, so please do click on those subject guides that's available on the website, and then you can search a lot more, like a recommended title list that will be available to you. Okay, and that's how you kind of get started on your search. Instead of having too much information, this is very curated content that's specific for you. Okay, and then of course there are PDFs, videos on how to create a search account, how to search for content, and how to cite content. Please feel free to go ahead and use those information. And for the subject guides, just to add on, it's actually an interactive PDF. So if you actually click on the particular link, it will bring you directly to the journal or the ebook content. Okay, so please do save these links over here at the bottom, just in case you need to use them. And yes, so do have fun exploring the Project MUSE website. I hope I've covered how to access, how to search, how to download and cite with this video. There's a lot of information. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm leaving here my email. You can email me if you have any questions, and if you require some technical help, like I've logged in, I've created my MyMUSE account, I still can't access, why is that so, or I can't get access to this specific article although it's subscribed, you can of course contact your library. Just to clarify, perhaps this is it being subscribed or not, you can contact your librarian to check and inquire. But you can also drop if it's a technical issue that you're quite sure, like, hey, why is this not accessible, or why is this link broken. You can also put in a technical help request. You can fill in the form if you have any problems using Project MUSE, and they will obtain specific information like what's the problem that you're experiencing, what operating system are you using, where are you authenticating from, which link are you trying to. So if you provide all this information, the technical assistants will be able to help you and troubleshoot and see what's wrong what is wrong that you are unable to access the resource. Okay, so with that, I have come to the end of my training. Thank you very much for listening to this session. Well, I hope to conduct future sessions for you. And thank you very much for your time. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye.